Good morning, germs, worms, friends, and neighbors. It's us again on number two of food.
Number two. Hey, Mike, I'm gonna let you jump right into essential oils. Tell us about it. Tell us
You
everything
know,
you know.
I don't jump very good because I got a bad leg. Anyhow,
Oh, you're
essen-
funny.
the essential oils are oils derived from whatever plant you're going to get an oil from. I mean, it can be anything. It can be uh, cinnamon. It can be uh, mint, peppermint, licorice. Even certain mushrooms have an essential oil. Um, back in the day, it was oh, what's the one? You got myrrh, frankincense. They were the biggies back in the day. But now you got to remember now, this essential oil stuff. When you mix certain oils together, they a blend. They repel and kill germs. Germs, bacteria, viruses. Rem- the people who went and ravaged in the dark ages with the plague going on, they had an essential oil, and it was called, well, they call it, it was a mixture, but they call Young Living has a mixture, and it's called thieves. Everybody has their own mixture. And these people would take this oil and they would rub it all over their body. And then they could go in to the town that had the Black Plague, you know, and they would rob them. They would take all the valuables from everybody, from each house, because everybody was dead. So they would go in and they would just confiscate everything, take it somewhere else and sell it. But they never got sick. They never died because of the essential oils they rubbed all over their body.
See, that's a piece of history that I didn't know about.
Oh, you didn't know that, huh? It
Uh-uh.
was that was part, and they have been using these. The thing is they have been using these essential oils for eons. I mean, even back before Christ, back before him. The thing is with them using them, they got the plant oil the hard way. They used press. Nowadays, we get a lot of this essential oil. You have to be very careful about the essential oils you get. You want to get a cold pressed essential oil from whatever plant you're going to get it from, because some people will use heat. Heat is not a good thing in essential oils. Heat has a tendency to lessen the effectiveness of certain oils, and so you don't really want it made with heat. A cold press is the best, or however they want to extract it. Some people, they'll use alcohol because alcohol can take out the essential oil. Like when you want to make a vanilla bean of vanilla, they'll use alcohol. But alcohol, a food grade alcohol, once you get it and you use that, put that in your recipe or whatever, the alcohol eventually evaporates away. It evaporates fast. And what's left is just the vanilla bean extract, which that's where you get the flavor. So
We,
anyhow, that being said, is that you can go to Amazon, you can go to Fleet, you can go to Walmart. They all have essential oils for sale, and they all have different levels of how they are. The more the the more pure, the more that was cold pressed or however, you're going to pay a little bit more. But in the long run, that little bit more will last you a little bit longer because you use less to get the same result.
and it's also good to mention that you think, oh, it's gonna be an oil and I'm gonna be all oily and goopy.
Nope, nope,
No, you
nope.
won't. I am. I am using frankincense
Yeah,
um,
I
to
love
help
frankincense.
to help with pain. And I was blown away by I bought some and I was blown away by the quality because as soon as I put it in on my skin, it just like
Soaks right in.
it just soaked right in. There was no oil, there was nothing residual that I could feel
No,
on my skin.
every everybody when they hear oil, they think of
Like
like
vegetable oil.
vegetable oil or like a car's oil, or like Vaseline.
Yeah,
It's and it's far from that. Concentrated essential oils from plants, basically, they're called oils only because they're the oil of the plant. That's the only reason they're called the oil. And when you take them out of that plant and you rub them on, it just it, it's like DMSO. It just soaks right into your skin. Your skin absorbs all them plant oils, nutrients, and whatever. And it's unbelievable. And you're right. There's no backlash. There's no oil residue. There's nothing.
nothing.
And so when you use a blend like those people back in the dark ages did, just think about it. They rubbed it all over their body. It soaked right the fuck in, and they were good for a cure for probably many weeks, if not longer. And they would do this upon entering every fucking town they went to. And so it might have been 1 or 2 days, and they were doing it, and they weren't all oily and greasy. They go in there and just take what they wanted, and because everybody would be dead.
Yeah.
And then that's how they ended up. I don't know how they ended up burying everybody because I don't know. That was one of the worst times in our history. Whereas it took care of, I forget what the percentage was of Europe, but it decimated many fucking villages and towns and farmsteads. It killed everybody.
Yeah.
Back in that day, I mean, there was a few people that there's always going to be a few people that all of a sudden, oh, look, they didn't get it. It must be a witch. Yeah, you laugh now, but serious.
No, you're
How
right.
come you didn't get it and everybody else in this town is dead?
Well, they were
What's the
probably
black magic?
using
What?
essential oils
Yeah, what's the black magic here?
or bathing regularly.
Yeah,
That was another
and,
thing that they didn't do
and
that.
steering clear of the infected.
Yeah. Keeping their social distancing.
Yeah. Oh, you're an asshole. Anyhow, with the essential oils, there now along with that, there's all because now I use essential oils in my baking. I have I have cinnamon oil that I use religiously in my oatmeal. And it don't take much oil, and I don't get the cinnamon flakes all through it, but a few drops of the oil, and I have a cinnamon flavor in my oatmeal. So I mean, you can use these essential oils however you want. I also have an atomizer that I use, and I usually use I forget the name of the one. I bought a big bottle of that one too, and it's really good because it helps with the ability of your third eye to focus. So
Now,
I use
it
huh?
is important to note that not all essential oils are edible. So
Yeah, pretty much.
if you're gonna put it in your food, make sure it's food grade. Okay, go on.
And the other thing is there are certain oils you do not want to take alone by themselves. And one of them is cloves. Cloves, if you take powdered cloves, put them in a plastic container, the cloves oil will melt that fucking plastic container.
But
So,
cloves will also help with a toothache.
oh yeah, it will. And
So if you have a toothache, take one little clove and put it on that tooth,
yeah, but you
and
don't,
chew it. It'll numb your whole mouth.
yeah. If you're going to put it on your skin though, you get some sweet oil. There are certain essential oils that you want to use sweet oil to bring down the amount that you're going to use and rub. A couple drops of sweet oil, a couple drops of your essential oil, then rub it wherever you need to rub it. It'll make it go further. It'll help into your, it'll help, it won't help get it into your skin any faster. But sometimes like straight clove oil rubbed on sensitive parts of your skin, it'll burn. It'll be owie. You don't want to do that. Do what I say. Use a sweet oil on certain. It'll tell you, please use a couple drops of sweet oil or other oils that you see fit to mix with this before rubbing on certain parts of your body. Now, with that being what?
Oh, anyway, go on.
Well, I was gonna say, with that being said, now we've gone into the essential oils and stuff. We're also going to go into the dried herbs, spices, and other weeds that are out there that are used.
We don't have enough time. We only,
Hey, I'm on a roll now. Be
we
quiet.
only have 3 minutes left.
No shit.
I'm not kidding. We don't have enough time to cover the dried herbs. Maybe that could be another part
Yeah,
of
because
the week.
people, you want to know dried herbs and stuff, and not just the herbs and not just the spices. There are weeds out there that you also dry, and those weeds are used in poultices, and they're used in various forms of apothecary or not alchemy, alchemy, and and all you have to do is get a book, and it'll tell you how to mix them, how to prepare them, what to mix them with. If they're going to be used as a sachet, you're going to wear it around your neck, or as a powder. If you're going to do whatever, it'll tell you these. Just get a book, read it. It'll tell you what to do, which herbs, which spices, which weeds, what to get. You want the leaf, you want the flower, or do you want the stem? Or do you want all three?
Well, and that opens us up for another episode, part 3 of food.
Yeah,
And we're going to do that next week because, like he's talking about, weeds. You would never think that nettles would be something that you would use.
yeah, and I'm here to up there where I'm from. Stinging nettle is everywhere. I had a friend. He goes, "Oh, look at that." See, I go, "Yeah, that leaf looks just like a marijuana leaf. Son of a bitch." He goes, "No, you can't smoke it. Just rub it on your skin, and I'll tell you why." So I rubbed it on my skin. I went, "Motherfucker, you dirty bastard! That fucking hurts." Stinging nettle. That is stinging nettle, and that's the weed that once it's dried out, it doesn't sting. That oil is gone. So you use the dried herb in certain tinctures and poultices, and it's really good. You have to have it in those certain ones.
All right. Well, I have to cut you off because we are down to our 1 minute warning.
No
And
shit.
yeah,
Oh
this
fuck.
one was very, very enlightening. Thank you so much for all of
Yeah,
your
thank you, whoever it was out there who's telling me this stuff.
all right. So bye guys.
Bye, guys. We'll see you next Sunday.